Moving on, Doctor, when we look at the commitments that are being made to African countries as far as the fight against climate change is concerned, it's mostly about technical, about financial and capacity building support. Are these forms of support to the fight against climate change effective on the African continent? Or do you think that it's time for Africa to have its own solutions based on local realities?
Your house is on fire and you wait for your neighbor to come and put it off. By the time they will come to put off that fire, your house will be ashes. What does this mean? You have to start playing your part as you wait for others to come and support you, to start throwing fire to put out that fire before it gets to the worst stage. And by the time you play your part, maybe others will come and support you. This analogy I'm using today plays same to the changing climate. Droughts, people are already dying today. Floods, people are already dying today. Tomorrow, children will not be able to even have food. They are not even sure they're going to live the next 2 or 3, 4 days. So Africa is a house on fire, and we need to start putting it out using what we have. What that means is that, of course, if you look at the NDCs, the climate action plans of the entire African continent, over 80% of all of them are externalized, what is called conditional NDCs. And that means that Africa have actually externalized their transformational climate action development. And that's dangerous. Is it legitimate? Of course, they don't have the resources, and it is fair that those who have caused the problem, the developed world, fund them. But it's just good to learn from history. That if you look at the 100 billion that was promised in 2009 till today, what has come to the continent is just above 20 billion. But this 20 billion has not even actually come to build adaptation. And therefore, if you are to wait this long, for almost about 14 years, with 20 billion coming out of the 100 billion that was supposed to be contributed each and every year, it's just fair to say that Africa needs to start looking internally. Am I saying that Africa should not accept or look for external support? Absolutely not. But Africa is a house on fire. Start putting out the fire. Leverage the little resources that you have, the taxes that you collect, and start creating these blended finance facilities to incentivize local actors, the young people who are creating opportunities and enterprises to access little finance, to start building their own climate action businesses in a way, to start supporting our mothers in communities who are doing in their own way, cultivating and using nature-based solutions, to start having simple tools to add value like solar dryers, to start assessing briquettes made from agricultural waste. So the point is that with that building resilience with the little we have, and waiting only for external support, when the trajectory of support coming to Africa has not actually materialized at the speed and the urgency with which this issue demands, is like throwing water on a duck's back.